I'll say for me, I'm not. I'm going to try my best not to put myself in a position to where I have to even think about social distancing because, for the most part, even though I don't like staying in the house sometimes, well, I don't mind staying in the house. I just don't like being forced to stay in the house. But so for the most part, I'm by myself or with a select number of people that I know from just knowing these people that they're not going to put me or themselves in a situation to where it's going to be a problem with them be catching COVID.
Right. I mean, my whole thing on the social distancing thing, I get it. I understand it. I can even appreciate it to a certain extent. But I'm not gonna let this situation stop me from gathering with my friends and my family.
Right? Yeah.
Anyone on the outside of that scope, probably I'm not messing with you.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And again, that's nothing against you, but you don't know where I've been, and I don't know where you've been.
Right. Yeah.
So again, when it comes down to your family and friends, the ones that you feel are just as concerned as far as them keeping themselves safe as well as keeping you safe, then
Hmm.
I definitely don't have a problem with that. At the end of the day, I feel like my family and my friends, if I don't have them, that's a major part of my life. So
Hmm.
why would I want to deliberately cut myself off from them? Because
Right. Yeah.
tomorrow is not promised to any one
Ain't,
of us, as
ain't,
we
ain't.
clearly see. So while I'm here, I'm going to enjoy them. They're going to enjoy me, and that's just what it's going to be. But again, I'm like you, King. I'm not going to go out of my way to be around people that I'm not familiar with.
Right. And I think the bigger thing about it is because even though I feel that way, I think for me, um, even though you're around the people that you trust and this, that, and the other, you don't always know where they've been, and it's not so much of them putting themselves in a reckless situation. It's like they could be doing something innocent, and
Hmm.
some reckless person that they pass by or something, could be the culprit of whatever the case may be, and they're unsuspecting. And I think that probably has happened to a lot of people. So that's the one thing that kind of scares me when it comes to it. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna live my life, and in living my life, again, I'm not gonna be reckless, but in living my life, if I so happen to get it and it hits me hard like that, I am comfortable enough to accept the fact that this is what I did to put myself in that position. But again, I'm not going out of my way to to be around too many people who I don't know what's going on with them. Um, and then I think another thing that kind of bothers me when it comes to social distancing is, you know, I don't like the people who preach social distancing and being careful and taking care of themselves, and then you know if they get sick or whatever the case may be, they it's mum's the word, they don't want to say nothing. And
Yeah.
that's another thing that you got to worry about because especially with our people, a lot of people don't like to rock with doctors. And it used to be our men who felt like, if something is wrong with me, I'm not going to a doctor so they can tell me something's wrong. I'm just going to take my chance. Excuse me, take my chances with it. I found now that all across the board, and it's not even uh, localized to our people. It's a lot of people out there don't want to know if they're sick. And I think that's a problem when it comes to social distancing because it's like, hey, let's go meet out for a drink, or let's go have dinner, or let's get together with the family, or I ain't seen you for a while, let's go hang out. And it's like they don't want to say they sick. So, when it comes to social distancing, it's like, yeah, it, it's just tricky.
It is. It
It's
is. I mean, my thing is, again, if I suspect, and this is just for me, if I suspect that I'm not feeling my best, I'm not going out with anyone.
mm-mm, Nah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, play that game or that guessing game later on with myself. Or damn, do I have it? Did I have it? Or did I just infect somebody? I'm
Right.
not gonna play that game with myself. So if someone was to call me and say, "Hey, son, you want to go kick it? Let's hang out." We ain't kicked it in a minute. And again, if I suspect that I'm not feeling my best,
Mm.
I'm like, you know what, bro? We're gonna have to do it another time. And I'll just be honest with them. I'm not feeling my best, and I don't know what it is. So with that being said, I don't want to take the chance of it being something that I could possibly give you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I'm good first before I even attempt to do something like that. But that leads me to another question of I've known some people who have
Mm.
gone to church
Mm.
suspecting that they have COVID.
Wow.
And some people who have gone to church and didn't have it and caught it at church.
Wow.
So um, I will say for me, and again, this is for me, not trying to step on anyone's toes or offend anyone. But again, if I suspect that I'm not feeling my best, I'm not going to church. That's the last place I'm going because that would be like the fastest way to spread it. You know what I'm saying? You sitting in a whole staple, excuse me, with people everywhere.
Mm-mm.
I don't care if they say, skip a couple of chairs or whatever the case may be. You are in a church full of people.
Mm.
And I'm sure God or whatever God you worship will
Mm.
be like, you know what? It's okay if you want to sit this one out. I still love you. We still good. But I just can't imagine uh, consciously going into an environment like that, knowing that I'm not feeling my best.
Look
A
here.
headache, I get, but anything and everything else past that, hell to the no. I'm not going.
I don't knock anybody's way of worshiping. I
Nope.
don't knock whatever religion you follow. I don't knock whatever religion you practice or you think you are part of. But let me tell you, prayer don't cure every damn thing. It just doesn't. I don't care what you're saying. I don't care who you are. I don't care. Prayer does not kill everything, and that church is still gonna be there. It's gonna
Yes,
be
sir.
if that church happens to go under or whatever the case may be, you can sit at home and pray your life away. Um, but I'm not sitting in no church. I don't care what you tell me. Not
Mm-mm.
gonna do it. And the way I look at that again, I don't knock anybody's however they pray, worship, or whatever the case may be.
No, definitely not.
But you know, people in church, some of them they go just to be a part of something bigger than themselves. Which okay, if that's
Right?
what you're feeling, that's what you're feeling. But this is not the time for that. It,
Nope.
especially when you have all kinds of methods and ways of going to church. Facebook
Yes, indeed.
Live, YouTube sermons. People been doing YouTube church for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
TV church. Um, you know, did this uh FaceTime, conference call. There's so many ways to
Yep.
get your word in, or whatever the case may be. If you want to pay your tithes, Cash App, Zelle, Vimeo. Hey, you can even send money through your iPhone. Like it's too many ways to do so many things that you don't have to put yourself in danger.
No, you surely don't.
Especially people go to church thinking that I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling sick or whatever. I'm gonna go to church, get the word, and I'm gonna be healed. No, you're not. Stop. No, that's not it. No, use common sense when it comes to these things. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Not.
No, it's definitely not worth your health, man. I mean, I can't speak for who you worship or how you worship. More power to you, whatever you do. But the same thing, at the same time, I don't think any God or what we interpret to be God is saying, you know what, you didn't come to church today.
Right.
You're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see, a God punishing you because he
You're
put it
taking
on
precautions
you.
with your health.
Yeah, he wants you to be safe at the end of the day. He ain't trying to bring you home, before it's time. I'm sure of that much.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So self-care, physical and emotional effects. Um, as far as that, around the people around me, um, I have seen it take a toll on some people,
Hmm.
especially mentally. Um, they're overcautious to a certain extent. I mean,
Call them
double gloves
hypochondriac.
and double masks, and just going above and beyond
Hmm.
to try to keep themselves safe. And again, you do what makes you feel comfortable, but at the same time, don't allow this stuff to drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Meaning, that you peeking through damn doors, and you're not allowing yourself to get out and take care of the things that need to be taken care of simply because you're scared of something you can't even see.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, again, the only thing you can do at this point is protect yourself the best way you can. But again, life is going to continue whether you live it or not.
It sure
Please
is.
believe that.
Please believe it. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um,
People have become hypochondriacs. We talk about self care, and it's like people, people are really anxious about their health when it comes to
yep,
this, and a lot of people don't realize that kind of makes you more vulnerable and susceptible to many kind of ailments.
it does.
Stress kills, and
It damn sure do.
if you stressing about, I gotta wear double gloves, I can't touch the blinds because they got dust on them. You breathing too hard. You got, you okay? It's like, man, now you putting stress on your system, on your mind. You can't be doing that, man. You just got, look, like you said, do what you can to take care of you and let everything else go to the wind.
Yep. I mean, the thing about it is, I think a lot of people are missing opportunities here. Again, it depends on how you look at it, because if you got this downtime, or if you had the opportunity to work from home, the time that you would have spent preparing just to go to work, meaning, i.e., get up and get your clothes together, your paperwork, the kids, out the door, your drive time, that time right there has kind of been given back to you to a certain extent. So
Man,
why not just take that time and exercise, or, you know, go for a walk, something to get yourself physically motivated to help you take care of you.
yeah. I can honestly say I've been slacking on that part, but I have been taking advantage of the extra time that I've had. Because normally I would get up at, let me see, probably a quarter to five, be out the door no later than 5:15, so I could be to work at 7 o'clock. Um, no, be to work at 8 o'clock. So I would get up at, yeah, about 4:45, 5 o'clock. Be out the door no later than 5:30 or whatever the case may be, because it's like an hour and a half commute. Um,
Mhm.
Now I'm working 7 to 3, but I have the luxury of being home on the weeks that I work from home. I have the luxury of being home. That and I'm resting, and I get to go to bed early or even late. But I've a lot of stress have been taken off my body and mind from not having to drive.
Right.
I found that I've gotten a lot better sleep, a lot more sleep, peace of mind, and all that other. you know, I encourage people to get a app that tracks your sleep. If you have a, especially you have an iPhone, you got the Apple Watch. Um, I've been tracking my sleep the whole time, and it's like on the days that I don't get good sleep, I know it's my fault. But I look at my sleep patterns, and it's like, yo, hey, I'm not even mad. Like, yo, then I'm looking at um, not stressing about, damn, I'm putting all these miles on my car.
Mm-hmm.
I'm spending all this money on the toll and on gas and this and that. It's just mentally, it's been refreshing overall, as far as self care, because it's like, even though I wasn't stressing before, I'm I'm stressing a whole lot less than that. So, I mean,
Right.
but, physically, I can honestly say I have not used my time wisely, but, I need to do better because my blood pressure had been up, and it's like, where the hell did that come from? Because usually my blood pressure has been just immaculate. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I had cut my finger back in October, went to the doctor, and my blood pressure was elevated, but I didn't really pay no attention because the doctor really ain't say nothing to me. I looked at the numbers, but I didn't look at them. Um,
Right.
and then I had my physical for the National Guard, and they was like, "Do you have high blood pressure in your family?" I was like, "Nah." And they took my blood pressure like 3 times. I looked at them numbers. I was like, "Yo, what the hell is that? Like, yo, that's me?" And I was like panicking because I was like, "Yo, I got high blood pressure. Yo, this ain't right." I looked up my numbers. I'm like, stage one hypertension. I'm like, no, I'm stressing. Like I'm like mad stressing. And then I ordered a home blood pressure cuff. And the first couple of times I used it, my blood pressure was elevated, and I was like sick in the head. Like, yo, I'm about to have a heart attack soon or something if I don't get this under control. And
Right.
then I ended up going to my regular doctor for my regular physical with my doctor, and my blood pressure was normal. You don't know how, like, I was gone. I had told my doctor, I was like, yeah, because I cut my finger, my blood pressure was up here, and I ain't paying no mind, and I went to the National Guard, and I showed the doctor my blood pressure from National Guard, and they was like, oh well, yeah, this number is high, but it's not that bad because it's not like it shot up here and it's not doing this, that, and I'm sitting there looking like I'm black. You don't know. It's like I'm black, and I go to the doctor to make sure I'm good. You don't know how bad this is messing with my head right now.
Right.
And then, well, it's normal, you know, and just do more physical exercise. And I was like, yeah, well, and I showed her my numbers for my home blood pressure cuff, and the doctor was like, did you bring it with you? I was like, nah. Next time you come, bring it with you so that we can calibrate it and make sure it's right. And I was like, all right, cool. Um, so then after that appointment, I had been checking it off and on, and it was normal. And I'm like,
Right.
what the hell? And I checked it one time, and it was up. And I'm like, you know what? I don't even know what to say right now. So when it comes to physical, I definitely encourage people to, if you have that time, use it. I'm going to make use of my time better when it comes to that, because for me to always have a clean bill of health and go through that's stress on me. Um, I know definitely another thing, I gotta watch my blood sugar because that's been a little elevated, so I gotta work on that. But
Mm-hmm.
definitely, people out there, take your health seriously, not just this
Oh,
COVID
definitely.
stuff, not just this COVID stuff. Get your blood pressure in order, your cholesterol in order, your blood sugar in order, your cardio. Um, especially when like us, in your mid 40s and stuff. Make sure you get the muscles going, because the last thing that you want to do is lose that muscle dexterity and stuff like that.
Uh,
Man,
I definitely. I'm not gonna say I made the best of my time, but I definitely have, tried to exercise and get my walks in and things along that line. with the little bit of time I do have. Um, Again, I think for me, with getting older, I realized you can't keep doing the same things you used to do. You can't keep eating the things you used to eat. So everything has to be put in a proper perspective
Oh
as
yeah.
far as like, making sure you eat right, you get enough rest, and definitely try, the best you can to keep that stress up off you, man.
Oh yeah.
Like I want to say even before, this situation with society hit, I was letting go of people in my life that had been in my life for years.
Hmm.
I mean, years, people. And I just got to that point where, like me and you can't be friends anymore
Yeah.
because you're bringing me stress.
Hmm.
And again, it's not that I don't love you anymore, not that I don't care about you anymore, but again, when people are continuously creating these situations and then want you to be the damn Superman in the situation, at some point you got to realize I got to let you go.
Oh yeah.
Because I got my own life, my own worries, my own set of concerns that I got to take care of, and I don't need any extra stress.
Right.
So people who brought that extra stress to me, I let them go.
Hmm.
And some of us we or them we don't even talk to this day, and I'm fine with that.
It is what it is.
You know. So exposing social tile flaws on deeper levels. Did I say that right?
Oh, we didn't even talk about emotional effects though.
Oh, did we?
Nah,
Oh yeah, right. Emotional effects.
we gotta take a little break though.
All right.
Yeah. King and I Life podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man, that was part two, coping with 2021. It's a good conversation.
Well, yeah, I didn't expect this to go this long. I thought this one was gonna be in and out, but the
I
more
also
we
do too.
dive into it, the more and more we're
But we're gonna come back with part three, and we're gonna talk about emotional effects of coping with 2021. King and I Life podcast. Sun, Soul, Leg, Soul, Touch of the Poet. Again, hit us up, King and I 369 at gmail.com. And that's I with EYE, not the I, not the letter I, EYE. KINGAND EYE 369 gmail.com. And we'll be
yes,
back.
sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming back. King and I Life podcast. We are talking about coping with 2021, and we're gonna jump back in it. We're gonna talk about the emotional effects of this thing. So let's jump back into it. But as far as emotional effects, I think I feel more for the kids and the elderly people.
Right.
Um, the elderly people because they're already limited in the activities and things that they can engage in, and this here um, is a drastic change for a lot of them. Um, Granted, they have experienced a lot of things, before our time.
Right.
And those who are fortunate enough to still be with us, they have experienced things during our time. So, they've experienced a lot of things. You have to think, I was born in 73. So anybody who is a parent, aunt, uncle, or grandfather or anything like that, they went through civil rights and all that stuff. So they've been through some stuff. Now, coming to this time where things have changed drastically from there, that's a that's an emotional effect that it takes some getting used to and adapting. Um, and then when you think about the kids, again, they in this fast life society,
Yep.
and it's come to a halt. And it's bad enough before this, they really didn't know how to get their emotions in check, especially with social media and stuff like that. Now they're leaning more heavily on social media, but they don't actually have any real outlets out there for where they can really get that social interaction, because it's not the same. You're on social media trying to fit in, trying to live up to trends and this, that, and the other, but at the same time, you still got to be around people, and they don't know how to adjust. They don't know how to handle it. Um, yeah, I don't even know what to say when it comes to that.
Yeah, it's definitely a big adjustment for the younger people. Again, because they have so many outlets and so many platforms to be on, with the social media. Um, I think that it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing at the same time, because it's a good thing because it gives them, a way to reach out to their friends and to express themselves. A bad thing because they start becoming more and more dependent,
Mm.
upon those systems.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, they forget that, let me put this phone down and interact with the people here in my home,
right.
whether it be a sister or brother, or their mother or father, or whatever the case may be. But I think for older people, the ones that really aren't on the social platforms like that, it really didn't change for them.
No, not
Um,
that part. No.
but again, the thing about it is not being able to interact with, people that they're normally able to do that with. I think that part plays an emotional role, or has taken an emotional toll on them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that with some older people, it's harder for them to stay in a happier place.
Yeah.
They're always excited to see their grandkids or their kids, or nieces or nephews, whatever the case may be. But when we come into a segment where they're no longer, allowed to have that interaction with them, I definitely think that plays a role, with their emotional ups and downs.
Yeah. You have to also think, even if it's not even the grandkids, you got to think about the ones that are used to going to the senior centers and bingo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, they, that interaction right there. And, we already know that, with a lot of people, um, especially older people who are like working later in life, for some of them, if they stop working, their life is nothing to them. Their life has no meaning. So when you look at, when you look at this, and they go through that, it's I think it's a little more devastating, because it's like you have the ability to do these things, but because of your them being highly susceptible to catching, the the, the, the virus and stuff like that, they got to be more careful. And it's like, if they were stubborn before, they
Yeah.
stubborn now.
They definitely gonna be that now. Please believe it.
And dealing with this, a hard head will definitely make a soft ass. Definitely make a soft
Ooh.
ass. So yeah. But exposing societal flaws on a deeper level. Um, when I think about that, I have to look at the fact that as a society, we have a lot of issues. Um, this pandemic has not only elevated some, it has also shown the ugliness of others. Um,
Right.
One thing that I can say is you see how people have a real disregard for other people's well being. Um, I say that to say some people don't give a damn about wearing a mask. Um, like they will blatantly give you an attitude or give an attitude because they don't want to wear a mask. And my thing is like, you don't care about other people? Like, come on now. Help me understand.
Yeah, it definitely, I get it to a certain extent, uh, where people feel like they don't want to wear the mask. Um, again, they feel like it's restricting their breathing. Some of them, they just feel like, I'm gonna rebel against this shit because I don't agree with it. And again, for me, the reason I choose to wear the mask, while I'm out in society or around people is, one, for me, I'm keeping myself safe, and two is I don't need the drama.
Right.
you know,
It's just a
people go
small
to look,
thing.
yeah, people go looking at your ass all crazy, and they want to make an issue with you over this damn mask.
Right.
So, just to keep down on the drama and again to protect myself, I have no problem whatsoever, wearing the mask. And I can't tell you how many times I've gotten out of my car and started approaching a store or something like that. I'm like,
Oh
damn,
man.
forgot my
Got my
mask.
man.
So we got to walk my behind all the way back to the car, get my mask, reapproach. But I think to a certain extent, people look at it, one, as disrespectful
Hmm.
because of the people around you, and two is you just don't give a damn about anyone else but yourself.
Hmm.
So
And, yeah, and you can also see how nasty people are too.
yes, yes,
It's like, yo, if you was that nasty before this, ugh, like I definitely can't be around you. It's like you have no chill, no filter,
yeah.
no
No
regard for
disregard for
anybody.
anyone other than yourself, man. That's crazy to me.
Get it, and and the other thing that kind of blows my mind, when it comes to society, um, these people who have chosen to um, just violate conventional wisdom and direction and put themselves in situations to where they're in uh, groups of just crazy numbers. And I don't want to bring this dude's name up, but he's had a whole bunch of events where people was there with no mask, and people get sick, and then they looking crazy, and it's like, first of all, I don't understand why you feeling some kind of way and looking crazy that you got sick when you knew damn well that you shouldn't have been at that event. And first of all, you shouldn't have been at that event. Secondly, if you was going to go there, you should have wore a mask or something to protect yourself, or whatever the case may be. And the crazy thing is, you go, you may be asymptomatic, and you go home and you give it to your family. Now you're looking crazy, like, oh, I don't know where they got it. Well, you just went to this event with 1,000 people. What do you expect?
Yeah,
Like, help
and
me
it's
out,
like I,
please.
I get the whole thing of people are still trying to make their money doing this situation, but at the same time, people have to be, cognizant of, how they carry themselves in these situations. Like, there's no entertainer whatsoever that I can think of, dead or alive, that
Not
I'll be
one.
willing to go see their damn show right now.
No entertainer, no political person,
Hell no.
nothing. There's nothing out there that's going to make me say, hey, this joker going to be in my city or close by, so I'm going to go out here and rock with 1,000 other people with no mask. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
doing it. Not doing it.
Nope.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
You
I'm good.
know, if I ain't going to a church, I'm damn sure as hell not going to no damn club.
Right. I ain't going to no
Damn
club, no
that.
rally, no nothing.
Mm-mm.
Unless
Nope.
we gonna, not unless it's gonna be a limited access and space between us. Like, but even still, it's not that serious.
No,
It's not that
it
serious.
can't be.
Mm-mm.
Not for me. It's not.
Nah, can't do it. Not gonna be able to do it.
So, with that being said, what are your thoughts on this vaccination? Are
Um,
you willing to take it?
I'm willing to take it. I'm gonna say this because I kind of put my foot in my mouth when it comes to this. When they were first talking about, oh, we got a vaccine, I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not taking the vaccine. They made it too fast, blah, 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 this and that and other. And then um, I had to really sit back and think. And I know, and I kind of had the Tuskegee effect on my brain. But I have to really keep it real with myself. I've taken the flu vaccine. I've been taking that for years. Um, I was anti-flu vaccine for the longest until the military said it's mandatory. Um, so I've been taking that, ain't been sick. Then I have to look at the fact that I take vitamins um, here and there. More so, I've been taking them regularly. Um, I have to also take into consideration I will take medicine if I really need to. Like if I get a fever or something like that, or a cough, yeah, I'll hit some cough syrup or this, that, and the other, whatever.